Hey, what's good, guys? So let's talk about ego real quick, and we'll use some parables of butterflies and caterpillars and personality, something that you don't hear about too much in the spiritual realm. I don't ascribe to any belief system, but in the new age and all of this stuff. So I'm someone who's took the training wheels off. Eventually, everyone will get to take the training wheels off. You are who you are. We're not adding anything to that, right? The caterpillar is the butterfly. Just hasn't became the butterfly yet. It hasn't went through that metamorphosis yet. There's a timing, right? If you do it too early, there's probably detrimental effects to that. So you don't want someone to cocoon themselves too early when they're not ready. And inside of that cocoon, there's a battle between the old cells and the new cells. But what stays? Does the personality stay? So that's the question. Does the personality of the caterpillar survive it becoming a butterfly? And I consider myself like a butterfly coming down to the caterpillars and saying, hey, there's a whole new dimension. There's a whole new level of consciousness where flight is available, right? But in order to do that, we have to go within and we have to do these things, right? So that's me talking about the future potential, saying there's a whole new potential for humanity where we can fly, but we have to deal with these things first. We have to go within first. We got to change ourselves first. And that's part of that journey. But the ego gets a little bad rap in the spiritual circles because you hear certain people talking about killing the ego, right? And that's a violent thing. And why would you kill something that's part of you? The ego is part of you. So in my experience, I've gotten my ego to not be a detriment to my spiritual growth, but to be an ally to it. Because from a factual standpoint, all there is consciousness. So the ego is a construct on top of that. It's like an artificial intelligence, if you will. It's like your own Siri. Just think of your ego as your own Siri or Alexa. It is the personification of all of your attributes as an avatar in this nugget that we call an ego. It's not you, it's just really your avatar. It's the personality of your avatar. It's like a character. They have certain pluses and minuses and all of this stuff. Like they have their attributes. You have your attributes. We all have our attributes. They don't change. You can modify them, you can change them to a degree. But what changes more are not your attributes, but how you react to your personality. Like if I'm someone that's quick to anger, then maybe the tuning that I do to myself is going to be different than someone that's a normally peaceful person. That their personality doesn't have as much anger in them as mine. It's not right or wrong, good or bad, but we all have our different sauces to work with. And the spiritual journey is taking those controls and realizing you're the controller.